Hey team, several people have been asking questions about the P90X3 nutrition guide, and I know it can be complicated even though it says it's three simple steps. So I'm going to just try to simplify it for you guys and tell you how I do it. I had similar issues with P90X and even P90 if you guys have ever done that program. But there's different approaches to it, and you can kind of pick which one works best for you. But let me explain the program here. If you can see this guide, it kind of really starts if you know on in your booklet here. It starts on page 19, where it asks you to figure out your points. So based upon your gender, how much you weigh, whether you're a slacker like me and you work a desk job, and then if you want to lose, so for me, it's 6 points. And then on the next page, you can look at the, 6 points translates to Plan E for me, which it says that it wants me to eat 2,700 calories. Now, 2,700 calories for me is a lot, and I can tell you that I don't eat 2,700 calories ever. No, if I want to lose weight, I'll put it that way. But if you want to follow the plan, you can certainly give it a go. When they say 2,700 calories, they mean whole foods, 100% natural. You know. Um, 100% good for you foods, so no processed foods, so it's very hard to eat that many calories, and even if you do, you're going to be eating the best foods. So just continue on. I'm on Plan E, so if you look on the booklet here on Plan E, it tells me that I need to be eating for breakfast 3 proteins, 5 carbs, 2 fats, and breaks it down snacks and lunch and PM snack and dinner. One thing to notice is it doesn't want you to eat after dinner. So that's very important for weight loss. So by you eating after dinner, now your body is busy, digesting those calories that you've eaten, and if you go to sleep, you're going to burn a lot less calories, right? Because instead of your body burning the calories from your fat cells, now it's burning the calories from what you've just eaten. So it's good to have dinner be your last meal. Stick to the plan. Don't overeat dinner, and then 3 or 4 hours. Until bed, don't eat anything else. So the next, page 23, it gives you a system of tracking, which could be simpler for you, where you just use your hand to measure sizes for those of you who hate counting calories or measuring. And if you continue, eventually it gives you these food lists. You guys can see that, which is like on page 32, and it'll break it down from into carbs and protein and fat, and it gives you from healthiest to healthy. So obviously you want to start at the top of the page and always pick the healthiest carbs and the healthiest proteins to eat. Now if you notice at the top, it'll say carbs are approximately 80 calories. And fats, let's see, it'll say protein, okay, fats are 45 calories and proteins are approximately 95 calories. So that's important, so keep that in mind. Now, it also gives you measurements, so, like beans, 1/3 of a cup of beans, or the amount that fits in the palm of your hand, if you want to go that route, would be 1 carb. Okay, so that's how you do it. So you can kind of use this guide as a shopping list, and you can pick, you know, the healthy carbs, the healthiest carbs, you know, and pick, you know, however many carbs that you want for the week, and go buy those, and pick, you know, some healthy proteins and some healthy fats from this list. And if you eat off this list, you're guaranteed to be eating only healthy foods. Now, where you're going to run into complications and where everybody has a question is, now what happens if you're not eating like whole natural foods? What if it's not on this list? Which, you know, many foods are not necessarily on this list, or maybe they're combining these foods together. You know, for example, Shakeology. What does Shakeology count as? You know, so even though it doesn't explicitly state, at least that I found, since we know that Shakeology is about 160 calories, excluding, you know, almond milk or whatever else you put in it, and it's mainly, it's more carbs than protein, you know, we could roughly count it, you know, with 80 carbs and, you know, whatever, 95 protein. Um, it's probably going to be like 1.5 carbs and half a protein, or maybe you want to round it to 1 carb, 1 protein. You know, it's up to you. It's obviously it's not an exact science, especially if you're like using your hand as a guide. And you're going to run into issues like when you get into protein bars and other types of foods that may combine protein and you know, carbs together. So, you know, you can either, you know, do your best and, you know, try to stick to these whole foods, except for, you know, Shakeology and stuff that you definitely want to get your vitamins and nutrients and minerals and all the benefits of that product. But, you know, all the rest of them, stick to these whole foods. You know, you can stick to the P90X plan pretty well. Now, a simpler way, in which, you know, I kind of do, and I kind of tell most of my people in my team to do, is to use a tool called MyFitnessPal. If you guys haven't used MyFitnessPal yet, it's a great online website which allows you to track your calories, and it has the largest database of food. So it has over, I think, 800,000 food items, and it grows every day because people enter new food items every single day. Now, when you pick foods using MyFitnessPal, and oh, by the way, it comes with a mobile app for every every mobile operating system, you know, iPhone, Android. I've even used it on BlackBerry. So it's really handy. I've got it installed on my phone. I also use it on my tablets and my computer. So it's great. You can, you know, track your food, whatever food you want, and it automatically breaks it down into carbs, protein, and fat. And you can see how many calories that you're eating. And you can even go into goals, and you can do customize my goals, and you can put in the percentages that you want to target for your goals. And you can even track exercise, which is great. You know, if you go into the exercise, it won't have P90X3 routines to pick from, but you can create your own. What I do is I just pick them as cardio. You don't want to pick them as strength, even if they have weights in them. Pick them as cardio. And then if you wear a heart rate monitor, you can track exactly how many calories you burn on a given workout. And then the next time you do the workout, you can assume it's going to be about the same, and you just, you know, save that workout and you pick it again, and it'll say you burned 618 calories. Now that adds to your food totals for the day. Now I suggest you don't want to eat those calories, because if you're trying to lose weight, you know, they're definitely going to help you, you know, burning more calories and, you know, sticking to the to whatever level that you want to do. Now, I mean, you can you know, follow the book, and you can, you know, try to eat, in my case, 2,700 calories. Or, you know, I prefer to let MyFitnessPal tell me the calories that I should be eating for my height, weight, age, you know, and it'll pick something like a little more sensible, maybe not sensible, but you know, a little more conservative. I'll say that. So it'll pick something like, you know, 2,400 calories or 2,200 calories a day for me to eat at the most. And according to the book, if you read somewhere in the beginning, it said that, you know, what it targets for you to eat is 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. So you can go into MyFitnessPal and you can program that in 40, 30, 30, and it'll automatically set your target there. So as you're entering in these complex foods like I don't know, like macaroni and cheese or something, you know, if you wanted to eat that, it would break it out for you and say, you know, that, you know, has this many calories and it has this many carbs and this many protein and this much fat, and it would break it all out for you. So, you know, basically, you know, it'll allow you to eat whatever you want, but, you know, and still, you know, you could target that daily calorie count. Now, I'm not saying that you want to eat macaroni and cheese or fried chicken or anything like that. I'm just saying that, you know, if you did eat something like that, you don't have to worry about, oh, you know, how much protein is that? Is that like a quarter of a protein? And, you know, basically it figures it all out for you. Now, obviously, you still want to stick to the healthiest foods. You want to eat whole foods as much as possible. If you want the best results and to get the most out of this program, you want to stick, you know, this is common sense dieting here. You know, it's, you know, it gives you essentially the ladder of food items from healthiest to non-healthy, and that's what you want to stick to. And it also, if you look at, you know, starting on page 40, you know, it gives you nice recipes, you know, ideas for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, which is great because, you know, that way you don't have to eat the same thing every single day. You just come to the book and then you can pick out new recipes. So I hope that makes sense. There's different options available for you. You can do the, you know, how many proteins, carbs, fats that you get, and you can track it that way using, you know, either the measuring system or your hand. And the, you know, the guide, you know, breaks it down for you and tells you, you know, exactly how much to use. Or you can, in my opinion, simplify your life and use MyFitnessPal, and you can track things the same way. You know, sticking to those percentages, and you know, accomplish the same thing. Now, keep in mind that, you know, the calorie levels that, you know, either the book sets for you or MyFitnessPal sets for you, I mean, that's not, you know, set in stone, because two people the exact same height, weight, sex, you know, has different food requirements. And you know, I mean, if two 5 foot tall women, age 40, are both eating, let's say 1,800 calories a day, one may gain weight based upon her metabolism and one may lose weight, you know? So you have to customize the plan for yourself. So, you know, after 2 weeks or 30 days, if you're not seeing the results that you expect, or maybe quick enough weight loss, or, and you know, it's not always just weight loss. I mean, you have to look at the entire picture, your measurements, your body fat. You know, I suggest getting calipers, your pictures. But if you see that, you know, it looks like you know, you're not losing or you're gaining, then you need to just you know, adjust this plan to meet your needs and your body and your metabolism. So you know, it's, you know, I would say after every 2 weeks, you know, take a toll of where you're at, how you're doing, and make some adjustments. Maybe you want to have less carbs. You know, for me, I'm doing low carbs, and it's really helping me. So, you know, for me to eat 40% carbs would be too much for me, at least right now. So you know, what I'm going to do is target less carbs, more protein, more vegetables, and you know, the carbs that I do eat are going to be, you know, vegetables and fruit carbs, not, you know, starchy carbs and breads and pastas and things like that. So anyway, you know, customize it. You know what works for you. No one is going to know you better than yourself. But just use this as a guide, and I hope that makes sense to you guys. And I hope you get some results. And you know, definitely post questions to the group. You know, if I can't answer, I'm sure others in the group can definitely help you. So anyway, the video turned out to be longer than I expected, but I hope it helps. Bye.